Jey Uso quits WWE after super kicking his brother last night after Jimmy Uso's betrayal at SummerSlam last weekend. Has there possibly been a spoiler revealed for a major match at Payback next month? Details on that, plus Edge will face off against Sheamus one-on-one for the first time next week on SmackDown. We have a brand new United States champion in Rey Mysterio, and the brand new SmackDown commentary team debuts. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of World Wrestling Entertainment. Let's start off talking about Jey Uso quitting kayfabe WWE last night on SmackDown. Of course, all eyes were on the conclusion of SmackDown on Friday night, with the fallout from Jimmy Uso's shocking heel turn at SummerSlam set to play out in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and Paul Heyman would all make their way out to the ring for the main event segment before Jimmy appeared at ringside with a hoodie on, similar to his appearance in Detroit on Saturday night. Reigns would begin to question what Jimmy wanted in return for his help, offering him cars and private jets, before one half of the former tag team champion shut down his cousin and claimed his actions at SummerSlam had nothing to do with wanting to return to the island of relevancy. Jey would then come out to a thunderous ovation from the WWE audience, giving his twin brother an opportunity to explain himself. Jimmy would begin to claim he cost Jey the tribal combat match out of fear of losing him to Roman's corruption. Jey, however, wasn't having it, turning his back on Jimmy before the latter left the ring. This left Reigns and Sikoa to berate Jey, who would lay them both out with super kicks before calling Jimmy back down towards the ring. The twin brothers looked set for an embrace before Jey turned the tables and launched a huge super kick before staring down the barrel of the camera and claiming he was out of the bloodline, out of SmackDown, and, most importantly, out of WWE in a shocking closeout to the show. Jey Uso quitting WWE, saying he's not coming back. Now, Jey walked off through the crowd at the Scotiabank Saddledome to cheers from the Canadian crowd, while the other three members of the Bloodline laid motionless as SmackDown, the broadcast, faded to black. Now, what were your thoughts on this segment? What were your thoughts on Jimmy Uso's rationale for turning on Jey Uso, saying it wasn't anything to do with Roman Reigns himself, he just didn't want Jey Uso to be corrupted by being the tribal chief? Are you happy with that explanation? Are you happy with the segment? How did you feel about the segment, and where do you think we go from here when it comes to this next chapter of the Bloodline, and how is it going to involve Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa? Are they going to branch off and do their own thing? Let me know your thoughts, your opinions, your predictions, your theories, as always, in the comment section below. Now, speaking of the Usos, some have speculated that Jimmy and Jey are going to face off at Payback, but could the special guest referee for that match be none other than their father, Rikishi? Now, this was really interesting on social media last night. A major spoiler for a Bloodline match at WWE's upcoming premium live event Payback may have just been revealed via social media. Now, in an advertisement for an upcoming appearance by Rikishi, of course, the father of Jimmy and Jey Uso, as well as Solo Sikoa, the Ninja Change Collectible Expo, there was a very intriguing line. On the advert, which you can see on the screen right now, it says, "Come and meet Rikishi before he referees at Payback," and of course, fans took notice. While internet sleuths were quick to point out this line, Rikishi then quote tweeted to say, quote, "Wrong promoter mistake." The advertisement has now been reposted to omit the line in question, leaving fans to wonder if the secret was spilled or if it was truly just a promoter mistake. WWE's premium live event, WWE Payback, is set for Saturday, September 2nd in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. However, no matches have been announced at this time. Again, SmackDown last night didn't confirm that this match was going to be taking place. In fact, Jey Uso quit WWE altogether. We still could be getting to this point. Do you think this is a case of the promoter letting the proverbial cat out of the bag? Is it a case of Rikishi doing damage control? Or is it just a case of a scummy promoter trying to get more people to buy tickets to the event that he's hosting? Let me know your thoughts about that in the comments section below. And last night we saw a surprise appearance from the Rated R superstar Edge on SmackDown, and it's building up to a big match next week and a celebration for the former World Heavyweight Champion. Edge will celebrate his 25th anniversary of WWE in his hometown of Toronto, Ontario, Canada next Friday night, and the Hall of Famer now has an opponent locked in for the show. Edge made a surprise cameo on the August 11th edition of SmackDown in Calgary to address the crowd and reflect on his roller coaster career with the company, which which has included countless title reigns and main event matches, pay-per-view matches, and major moments. The Rated R superstar would then begin to delve into his relationship with Sheamus, explaining how the former world champion helped him regain his confidence and revive his pro wrestling career in 2019 after a lengthy absence due to a supposedly career-ending injury. Edge then called out the Celtic Warrior to challenge him to a first-time match. The two stars exchanged pleasantries and photos from their mountain bike adventure 4 years ago before Sheamus accepted the challenge for next week's episode of SmackDown from the Scotiabank Arena. Despite both veterans being in the same locker room on either side of Edge's initial retirement, the pair have never squared off inside the squared circle in one-on-one action. They have been involved in multi-man matches, but not a one-on-one encounter. As a result, Toronto will get to experience a piece of history, as well as potentially watching their hometown hero in action for the final time. Do you think this is the beginning of an Edge retirement tour? This time last year, he said he was going to retire in Toronto, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Is it just a case of Edge celebrating his career? Does this mean Edge is going to be sticking around and not retiring soon? What are your thoughts on the match, and what are your thoughts on Edge's future plans in WWE moving forward? Last night on SmackDown was certainly significant. We have a brand new WWE United States Champion, but it's not a person that was originally scheduled to be a part of the match. There was a title change on last night's SmackDown after a last-minute swap of challenger that happened after the original opponent was attacked. While Austin Theory may have thought he was gaining an advantage by attacking Santos Escobar prior to their United States Championship match, it ultimately turned out to have a very real and serious consequence. After attacking Escobar earlier on in the show backstage, Austin Theory jumped Santos during his entrance before the match as well. But if Theory thought this would save his title, it proved just to shake up the challenger as Adam Pearce came out to pledge that Calgary would see a championship match. Pearce announced that Rey Mysterio would be subbing in for Santos Escobar, much to Theory's surprise and chagrin. Theory would not prove to be successful in a bid to retain the title. Instead, after a relatively short match, the legendary luchador Rey Mysterio won the United States Championship for a multiple time in his career. The LWO minus Zelina Vega came out to celebrate with Mysterio on the ramp, hugging in front of Pyro as it went off to celebrate Rey's victory. Mysterio will be the guest on the Grayson Waller Effect next week following last night's title victory. We'll keep you updated if any news emerges as to the legitimate reason why WWE decided to go in this direction. Is there a legitimate injury to Santos Escobar? Or maybe more likely, which people are speculating, is this going to lead to a heel turn by Santos Escobar and the other members of the LWO, maybe reforming Legado del Fantasma and feuding with Rey Mysterio while Escobar becomes the United States Champion? What are your thoughts on the title change? What are your thoughts on the future plans? And how would you reflect on Austin Theory's reign as United States Champion, nearly being champion for a whole year? Was it worthwhile? How does Austin Theory look at this point? Remember, he did defeat John Cena in the first match of WrestleMania weekend, but as of right now, he kind of appears to be floundering just a little bit. Let me know your thoughts about that too. Finally, SmackDown last night saw the debut of a new commentary team for the Blue brand. WWE SmackDown debuted last night a 3-man commentary booth, and there comes an update on how exactly things are going to be arranged moving forward. WWE has experienced the first episode since a shakeup of the commentary teams this week, with Wade Barrett and Michael Cole serving as commentators on Monday Night Raw, and now a new team on SmackDown on Fox. A new SmackDown team, as we knew. The new team is made up of Michael Cole, Corey Graves, and Kevin Patrick, both Graves and Patrick coming over from Monday Night Raw, Michael Cole keeping his spot on the Blue brand. However, in a notable update, the show opened not with the voice of Michael Cole, but with the voice of Kevin Patrick, and Patrick sat in the middle position at the desk, as you can see on the screen right now. So even with Michael Cole present, the idea is clearly for Patrick to be the lead commentator and the lead play-by-play guy for the show, with Corey Graves and Michael Cole doing color commentary and analysis. Now, for what it's worth, Cole was also wearing a slightly less formal attire without a tie and his top shirt button undone, whether you want to look at that as significant or not. Regarding Patrick, he is said to be extremely well-liked within WWE, but the belief is that he still does need some more seasoning, and the idea is that working with Cole and Graves will help him get along in that regard and help him find the voice and vibe that the company is looking for. PW Insider reported that they were told that the move shouldn't be looked at as a demotion for Patrick, but rather just a step back for long-term gains. The opening match of the night featured Charlotte Flair taking on Asuka as their feud continues from SummerSlam despite the absence of the Women's Championship. Speaking of which, of course, the new Women's Champion Io Sky along with Bayley and Dakota Kai came out to ringside with Sky and Bayley attacking Asuka and Flair, resulting in the match ending in a non-finish. So what were your thoughts on the commentary team last night? What are your thoughts on Kevin Patrick? Can he get to the point that WWE are looking for, or do you believe it not to be possible? Let me know your thoughts about that as well. But there you go, guys. Latest WWE news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe bottom right hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon. Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.